Hi, I'm Jared.
And I'm Colleen.
And this week on Hood Slappers, we're going to be reviewing the 2024 Mazda CX-30.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
There are only a few things in this world that really don't make any sense to me. Pineapple on pizza, Nickelback platinum albums, and arguing with a 2-year-old. And that was it until today when I saw this, the 2024 Mazda CX-30. And I wondered, how can a car that looks so nice and is so powerful be so inexpensive? Well, the good news is that...
Sorry I'm late. Traffic. Also, I had to bring my child with me, but your camera guy said he could watch her?
I guess that's okay. I was just saying to our viewers out there that how can the CX-30 be so inexpensive, but also be so nice to look at and be so powerful? Hey! Focus. Thank you. Kids. Now, as good as the CX-30 does look, I know there are a few people out there who would disagree. Much like a Mumford & Sons song, the Mazda lineup is starting to be all too familiar. But familiar design doesn't mean it isn't nice. After all, this is part of Mazda's Kodo design philosophy, meaning it gives a sensation of movement, even when at a complete standstill. Now hold on, it's not moving at all. Well, now that doesn't make any sense either.
The best place to show off the CX-30 is inside of the car. Now, it's important to remember that Mazda doesn't have a premium brand. What we are starting to see, though, are premium elements being laid out on the design tables at Mazda headquarters.
And Mazda buyers are starting to take notice of this. I mean, just look at the numbers. They shot up 150% year over year from last year. And this is right behind the Mazda CX-5 in terms of sales. So they're selling a lot. And that's because it gives you standard features like push-button start, wired CarPlay, heated seats, blind spot monitoring, and LED headlights.
I noticed on this trim, there's a heads-up display.
Not quite, Colleen. Mazda is trying to make this a more premium sounding car. So they're calling this the windshield projected color active driving display.
Oh, okay. Well, what about all the nice materials all around, even on the steering wheel?
No, not fancy enough, Colleen. Mazda is calling this the satin chrome plated bezel that's on the steering wheel.
Wow, nice work, Mazda. Well, what do they call these then? The premium foot fiber floor protectors?
No, those are floor mats.
Oh, I guess that's okay.
Now, one area where we do have to give the Mazda CX-30 props is with their available power liftgate.
The jury is divided on the power liftgate since not all manufacturers offer this on their smaller size SUVs. Now, a major chunk of the CX-30 sales go to empty nesters or retirees who do like this option. When opened, the CX-30 offers an adequate amount of space, especially with the 60-40 split rear seats.
Now, one thing our viewers might find interesting is that even though this is based from the Mazda 3, it still has less cargo volume than the Mazda 3 hatchback Sport, 54 liters to be exact. But where Mazda took away that cargo space, they gave it back in passenger volume. It was sort of like robbing Peter to pay Randy.
I think you mean Paul.
Was it Paul? Well, whoever it was, I hear the DA is going after them. They're going to do some serious hard time. Now, this leads us to the question. With such a small SUV, is there enough space in the rear?
To give you viewers out there a proper test, we have the front seats positioned as if we were sitting up there ourselves.
I don't think mine was adjusted.
The CX-30 has 31 more millimeters of legroom than the Mazda 3 Sport. But numbers don't always give a lot of context to things, so we're going to see what I can fit between my knees and the front seat.
I think I'm stuck. A bowling pin.
Nope, that's a definite no on the bowling pin.
Doritos.
Well, Doritos, how many pieces do you mind these? Oh, you hear that?
Slam Dunk Ernest on VHS starring Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay. Oh yeah, the VHS just barely slides through.
A plain sheet of white computer paper.
Okay, this should be no problem, folks. We can't go a step further talking about the Mazda CX-30 without talking about the engine, because they've replaced their 2-liter with a standard 2.5-liter and an available turbo.
I can't move my legs. I think your kid was playing around with the seat and moved mine all the way back.
Are you coming out?
I'm stuck. Go get help. Well, the good news is that the CX-30, it does have cup holders back here. We can't say the same thing about the HR-V. And, well, it does have a very nice new car smell. So there's that as well. What's that noise? What's that? You hear it? What's that noise?
Jared, I got help.
I said I'm fine. I'm just big boned.
Jared, is everything okay?
Yeah.
I mean, you were really stuck. Even the fire department showed up.
I'm aware.
I mean, the helicopter was a bit much. Oh look, you're on TikTok.
Really? Wow. Well, it just goes to show you how serious Mazda is about being premium. Premium doesn't necessarily mean comfortable. I mean, look at the Oscars. Nobody looks comfortable there, but you can be assured all their clothes are premium.
All right, well, let's get back to it. In true Mazda fashion, the CX-30 offers 2 engine options. The 2.5-liter that pushes out 191 horsepower, or the turbo we have here, when paired with 93 octane fuel, can provide up to 250 horsepower, and also offers an impressive 320 pounds of torque.
Oh.
Of torque.
Okay. Well, the question with fuel prices you have to ask yourself is the 93 octane worth the experience? Well, the good news for today is we dipped into the Hood Slappers Fund and we opted for the premium fuel.
Oh look, some bobby pins and a car wash token.
Let's just go for a drive. Well, Colleen, here we are in the 24 Mazda CX-30, and I want to know, what are your first impressions?
Well, Jared, full disclosure, I've been thinking, and I don't think that I've ever been inside of a Mazda. So this truly is a genuine first impression.
Wow. So this is the real deal. Okay.
This is the real deal.
Turn up the volume, folks. We're about to hear it.
No, I think it's nice. I do see where they've come up with the really high-end kind of features, you know, the elements they're trying to bring in, make everything look a bit premium. I quite like the red stitching throughout.
Goes with the red seats.
Yeah, it goes with the red seats. It reminds me of kind of, you know, higher end manufacturers, and yeah, it is spacious for a small SUV. It's I'd say I like it.
No, I'd agree. It's nice, and just to fall back on your point, I'm not copying you, but it does. The premium qualities seem to all be there, and I like that. If I had to complain about one thing, and I'm not a complainer, you know me.
Oh.
But the moonroof, I get it. It's probably not big enough where there's a crash rollover test, but that moonroof is a little rinky-dink. I would like something maybe a bit bigger than that.
Tiny, yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but otherwise, I mean, yeah, it's a nice vehicle. I'm comfortable. I might look tight on camera, but it's just because of my coat and my big bones.
Yes.
But no, I'm comfortable, and I have lumbar.
So, question, what trim level is this? Are we sitting somewhere in the middle?
So this is the GT Turbo. So this is one from, I'm going to say one from the top because they have a new, for 24, they have a new trim level. And I'll be honest, it just looks like a couple aesthetic things, like a paint color and a couple, things that don't matter to me, but someone might like the sand color that they give in the top trim level. But to me, this is the top trim, the GT Turbo.
So with that, what kind of standard features would you be looking at?
Yeah. So when you go this level, you're going to get the Bose sound system. And knock it all you want, I really like the sound system in this car. I was blasting it out, playing Mariah Carey, singing along. Christmas carols,
tunes.
yeah. And I did a great job, but I did a great job only because of my backing track with my Bose sound system.
Right.
Navigation, you're also going to get the 360-degree camera. So there's a lot of good things you're going to get when you go up to that price,
Right.
that GT Turbo. It will be more pricey, obviously, but this has stuff that, like the power tailgate we mentioned before, that stuff you don't see that much in a subcompact SUV.
Right. And with all of the CX-30s, they offer all-wheel drive.
Yes.
Standard.
All trim levels, all-wheel drive is standard on those. So not a bad little thing. Some people, will also complain about this car that it's an overpriced Mazda 3. The argument would be, well, the Mazda 3 doesn't have all-wheel drive, but it does. It's optional now, so you can't really use that. To me, you mentioned it earlier, I think the best buyer for this is someone who is an empty nester, or someone who is getting too old for a car and they want to be up higher, or someone who's just starting out in the car world. And this is, kind of they don't want a car, they want something a bit bigger.
Yeah.
This is it. And we can complain about the back seats all we want. It's not, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, people are going to say, well, the Miata, there's no space in the back. Well, there's no back seat. It's not made for more than 2 people. This is made for small people, but minimal use in the back. And I think they nailed this.
Right. And this is a vehicle I imagine maybe my parents driving in one day. They go up north quite a bit. If they opted for the turbo, they'd be able to do some passing if they needed. But also, the weather up there gets pretty nasty in the all-wheel drive. I would like that,
You say that, though, but aren't your parents like diehard Volkswagen?
Yes.
So, I mean, a vehicle like this.
Like this, like
but
a
not,
Taos,
yeah.
or,
But, yeah, okay.
Well, maybe after this review, they might be so inclined.
Colleen, you said a lot of good points in that review.
Mom and Dad. They're definitely watching.
Are they?
Oh, over and over.
Do you think your parents watch, and like all your family?
Yes. Oh, yes. I think most of the views on my previous video, Jared, were my parents.
Okay, just rewatching it.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
At least your parents watch.
But I am curious, just because of warranty. I love, I find warranty to be really important. What does Mazda offer with a purchase of a new CX-30?
So Mazda's a bit different than, say, your Hondas and Toyotas. So Mazda offers you, instead of a 3-year 60,000 comprehensive warranty, they're going to offer you a 3-year unlimited mileage. And that's same with their powertrain. So 3 years unlimited miles, 5 years unlimited miles. So it's good for people that commute a lot, and there are a lot of people that commute a lot. Yes. So it helps for that because it's based on time as opposed to kilometers and how much you drive. Because, some people rack up 35, 40,000 kilometers in a year. Yeah. Your warranty is going to be done in 2 years. You're going to be given less than 2 years, and you're given 3 years. Yeah.
So you can, that's decent. Different, definitely different.
Different. It's more fair, in my opinion, but I like that. To me, that's okay. That's Mazda kind of leveling and reasoning with their drivers.
Their buyers,
So as we mentioned before, this is the 2.5 liter turbo. Okay, so I'm going to give it just a bit of the beans here. I'm going to step on it.
Woo!
And I'll tell you,
not bad.
For all these vehicles, these small SUVs, all they say is, oh, it's stylish, it's fun to drive, it's sporty. And it's always like, no, they're not. This one is actually fun to drive.
Yeah, it kind of seems like it.
Yeah.
If you'd ever let anyone else drive,
no,
you might know that.
Maybe start your own show, Colleen. What do you think about that?
I'm going to take my 100 viewers and see you later.
Mom, Dad, you're coming with me.
Yeah. No, that felt good.
Yeah. And the fuel economy difference, this is the 2.5 liter turbo. This is 9.3 liters per 100 kilometers combined. Whereas if you went without the turbo, just a regular 2.5 liter, you'd be looking at 8.2. So 9.3 and 8.2 combined.
Yeah, which is not bad.
Not bad. I mean,
yeah. But you are putting in that 93 octane.
93 octane. And that is a lot. I mean, 91 I put in my car. 93, it's just, why?
Yeah, through the roof.
So you probably heard this in some reviews, viewers, that this is not touchscreen. So I got to use my little joystick, if you can see it back there. But when I use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, my screen becomes touchscreen. And not only that, it's not strictly touchscreen. I can still use my toggle. to operate my Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So to me, that's cool because it is a little bit out of reach.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'd want touchscreen.
Yeah.
And I like this toggle. I don't know, it's like... Well, it still doesn't make any sense to me. How can this vehicle look so nice, drive so well, and tickle the feet of luxury, yet still be priced so accordingly? To be honest with you, I don't really care. Because what Mazda is doing here is they're getting back into what they really know, bringing back the passion that they have in the automotive world. And all the customers that purchase these vehicles are receiving the benefit of all of that. To me, that does make sense. Pineapple on pizza though, I'm not so sure. So with that, I give the 2024 Mazda CX-30 my hood slap of approval.
Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
A big thanks to our friends at Forbes Waterloo Mazda for allowing us to use this 2024 Mazda CX-30. If you're in the market for one, go see them.